Hi, Dominic. Hi, Katie.
Hello, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm okay.
What's that? It's because the midterm?
No, it's just classes in general.
I see. I
Also,
see.
came back from Hayward today, and I have to
Oh,
go to Pleasanton first, go back to Hayward, and then come over here to San Francisco and go to my class.
oh, you live in Hayward?
I'm from Hayward, but I live in the dorms here at State.
Oh, I was living in Hayward as well. I lived
Okay.
there for 4 years and I recently moved to the Castro Valley though.
Okay, Cache Valley, yeah.
Yeah, it's just still close to the to the Hayward.
Yeah, I live like 2 minutes away from East Bay, but it was way too close for me. So I
Uh,
decided to go out here.
I see. I see. Okay. Did you guys know? I sent out an email, right? Reminders, so you guys know we have our last online meeting. Is that right? Okay. Would you mind, text your group, and making sure they attend the meeting today? It's gonna be our last online meetings, and we have some, I won't say we have important announcement today for the following weeks. And starting from this week, you guys will have a group presentations, two group presentations before to the end of semesters. So it would be great if all of you, all of the members showing up, so you guys can have come up with some time discuss what you guys need to do for this group project. So take a minute, text your group mates and making sure they know we will have online meeting today. Okay, let me see who's here. We have we have Caddy here, we have James here, we have Jordan here, we have Dominic here. Um, we're still short Daniel, Brandon, Kayla, Philip, Hendrik, Henry, Victor, Nicholas, Andrew, and Mali, Ellen, and G. Okay. Take a minute. Text your groups. Thank you. Okay, you guys done? Texting your group. Okay, what I'm going to say today, it's super important. As you can see in the syllabus, from today into this week and next week, you have your group has one group project to work on, which is working on the adaptive sports. Um, and starting from November 3rd to December 1st, we have the series of the presentation from each group. So you guys got a lot of work to work on. And let me try to figure out James. Um, do you have any team member with you here today?
Yeah, Jordan's here, I think. And then I texted my group earlier. I think someone might just got, I think Nick might be on right now, but
Okay.
Jordan's in my group.
So James, Jordan, Nick, three of you are in a group, right?
Yeah.
And how many members in a group in your group?
I think we have four. I think Victor's the fourth, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay. Caddy, so you have how many members in your group?
I have Dominic, Brandon, Anne,
Okay.
and me. So four of us, and two of us are here.
Okay, so that means so far we only have two groups showing up. So well, if that's the case, I would just randomly assign group. So whoever watching these videos, please contact me. Email me. So I would need to assign a group, a topics to each group. So whoever in a group please contact me. I remember by the time I do assign a, let me see. Did I assign? Oh, I assign groups, right? I also assign team leaders. Is that right? Okay, so James is a leader, Caddy is a leader. Philip and Henry, both of you are team leader as well. If you're watching these videos, please contact me so I can assign a topic to your groups. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the syllabus. Okay. So we probably have a little bit longer meeting today because I'm trying to sort it out and what topics each groups would take and how you present your topics to the class. So so like I said, starting from this week to the next week, we will focus on the adaptive sports. And starting from November 3rd to December 1st, each week we will have group presentations. One group will present their topic and also will need to film an interactive mini teaching demonstration videos. And so let's talk about this. So we will get to know. And before that, I want to take you to the here. Okay. Before that, I want to say good job, guys. As you can see, for the midterm, the average score is 92%. So that means pretty much all of you got an A minus or A. Was it too easy for the midterms? Well, if it's not easy, we got average score 92%. Nice job. Okay, and so before moving on, talking about what we need to do today, I gotta say, congratulations, you guys did a wonderful job. Even if this is online class, you guys still take a responsibility, complete the readings, and got really good midterm exam scores. And the second things, I want to get some feedback from you. I want to provide some extra credit opportunity to you all, just in case, I know some of you care about your final grade a lot, especially, if someday you want to apply, you care your GPA and all that. So on the week 9 sections, I have one midterm teaching feedback here. So whoever complete this one, this feedback, at the end of the survey, please screenshot the completion of the survey and email me that screenshot, and I will provide the extra credit to you. Okay, and this is not for the school, it's not for the university, it's only for me. It's totally anonymous. I just want to know your learning experience in this class, whether whether the reading materials and the supports from me is good enough or not. And so please, if you have any constructive comments, feedbacks, please share that with me. If you feel like so far everything is great, it's good, please leave your positive comments and feedback to me as well. I would love to see to see your comments and feedback. So remember, whoever complete this one, screenshot at the end of survey and send that screenshot to me, and I will give you the extra credits. And and here is the, okay, let me see. I did this morning. Okay. Thank you, Caddy. You're really fast. Yeah. Please redo it. If you forgot to screenshot the survey, please redo it. Okay. Thank you. And so let's talk about this week, adaptive sports. This week I do have you. I kind of want to prepare you for the mini teachings and also for this week and next week presentation. So let me take you to the assignments. Okay. Are you guys seeing the guideline? Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I have 4 topics since we have 4 groups here. Okay, so So I need you, I know for before the midterms, they were all individual assignments. And starting from the after the midterms, you have 2 presentations, and they are kind of showing me what you learn, what you pick up from before the midterms, the topics we talked about, the readings you complete. So and after the midterm is more like, you know, showing me your knowledge. Will you be able to apply the knowledge to the real work? And starting from this, so before the midterm, we talked about the laws, right? We have the IDEA Section 5 for every Student Success Act, ADA, and all that. We also talked about the modifications, which is the big part of the in the fields of the APE and the APA. Since we are teaching different disability type of the people, we are, you know, working. You guys will work with different severity of the disabilities. So knowing how to modify or accommodate the needs of the student with people with disabilities is critical. And the last topics we cover is the behavior management. If you're still members in a class, how to manage the students' behaviors, it's critical, because you don't want to spend bunch of the time, you know, managing the students' behaviors, and that would take away from the students' skill practice times or your assessment times. So that's the least things you want to see. So we will have the routines. We provide different kind of reinforcement strategies to control those undesired behaviors. So your class would be able to go as smoothly as possible. And right now we want to do a little bit different stuff, which is in your PE class or in your in PT, OT programs in the hospitals, or if you someday you work with nonprofit organizations, oftenly they do have some kind of sport programs, but the sport program is not like the typical sport programs. It's the sport programs for the people with disabilities. So again, it will come with a lot of modifications, including the rules modification, including the equipment modifications, including bunch of the different coaching modifications. And that will reflect from the Paralympic sports. So this week, that's the topics we want to cover. And I pick up the 8 different sports here. We have the track and field and goalball. And the goalball is the sport specifically for the people with the visual impairments. We have the bocce and the swimming. The bocce is the sport designed for people with cerebral palsy or the multiple disabilities. Bocce can also design for people without disability as well, right? And we have the rugby, but it's a wheelchair rugby. We have badmintons. We also have tennis, wheelchair tennis, table tennis. We have table tennis. We have the wheelchair basketballs. So I come up with those 8 different sports. It's really popular in the United States, and I know a lot of PT. I know a lot of hospitals. I know a lot of schools. They or outside of schools, this nonprofit organization, they play this kind of sport programs for the people with disabilities. So what I want you guys to do is to present the sports that assigned to your groups. Since we only have James, your groups, and Kelly, your groups here, and we have Henry and Philip, your group need to pick whatever left, today. Yeah. So James and Katie, you both of you got a priorities to pick out which topics you want to present. So we have 4 of this. So let me know, James, Katie, let me know which topics you guys want to cover. You guys want to present.
Jordan or Nick, do you have a preference? I would say if I could pick, would be the number 4, but I'm open if my
Okay.
group mates want something else.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so James, your group would take table tennis and wheelchair basketball. Sounds good? Okay, what about Katie? Katie and Dominic?
I was just messaging Dominic to see, and he said no preference. So, what if we go with number 2?
Okay, bocce and swimming. Okay, that's good. Okay, for the Philip and Henry, your groups, you guys need to email me and let me know which topics you guys want to take. Okay. Okay, so first things first, you guys already chose you already chose your topics. So next things is to come up with the presentations. So make a slides for and for your presentation videos. Okay. So in your presentation videos, you should introduce several components here. So A, the background of each sports. Okay, so if you like James, you choose table tennis and wheelchair basketball. Tell me, what's the table tennis in the field of the APE or APA? Same for the wheelchair basketball. Okay, and you also need to tell me the target populations. Okay, so for example, table tennis. Who can play the table tennis in the Paralympic sports? Okay, it's only for the wheelchair user, for physical disabilities, or for intellectual disabilities, or which disability types? Okay, so that's something I want to know. So for each sports, what's the target populations? Okay, and the next one, the differences between adapted sports and the original version of it. For examples, so like, the bocce and the go ball, they all have the specific target population. For go ball is for people with visual impairments. And bocce is for people with cerebral palsies, physical disabilities or intellectual disabilities. So like swimming, like rugby, like badmintons, like basketball, like table tennis, tell me what's the differences between the regular, the general sports and adapted sports. Okay, so I want you to show me what's the modifications. For example, if it's table tennis, it's any modification they have for the people for the athletes with disabilities. So I believe for the regular table tennis players, there is, that's the rules, right? They don't change. That's the certain heights. That's the size of the tables. So if it's for people with the wheelchair users, do they lower the height of the tables, or do they have any kind of modifications on the rules or on the equipments? Okay, so in your presentation videos, you also need to indicate what's the differences between the general sports and that specific disability sports. So far, any questions? Oh, good? Okay. So the last one is the classification systems. It's a really unique system. It's only happens in the fields of the adaptive physical activities. Okay, so in the regular basketball, there is no classification systems. So I want each group to talk about what is the classification systems and how these classification systems work in that specific sports. So in your presentations, you can talk about the table tennis, talking about the background of the table tennis, talking about the target population, talking about the differences between the adapted sport and the original version of it, and then talking about the classification systems in table tennis. And then you repeat those key points for the wheelchair basketballs. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, can you just explain the classification system one more time?
Okay, so for the classification systems, each sport has different classification systems. So for example, for the table tennis, they have classification 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 13. So you need to talk about what each level of the classifications represents. For example, what is the classification 1? For what? For what level of the people with disability? Same for the classification 2, 3, 4, 5 to 13. Okay, and summarize it, talking about what each classification level means, and also talking about how you differentiate each level of a classification. And also, I don't want, spoil too much information here. That's something I want you guys to do. But talking about classification systems, and I will encourage you guys to, go to the Paralympic website, and I believe they have a bunch of information there. And for this topics, it's a little bit complicated. I don't mind you use some of the assistance from the AI, but you have to have your input there. You have to study it and help and use the AI to assist you to understand the concept of the classification systems. But do not just purely rely on the AI to learn the materials. You have to do the studies. Okay, that's really important. Am I answering your question, James? Okay, perfect. Since your groups need to provide your PowerPoint slides, so you got to be creative in designing your slides, such as putting some figures, tables, photos, or videos, helping the class to understand the adapted sports you are presenting to the class. Okay, do not just simply just it's all the words, sentence, and no videos helping the class to understand the idea of the the adaptive sports, or maybe show some videos, show some photos, some links, so whoever reading your PowerPoint slides, they will be able to use that slides as some kind of supplementary materials to understand each sports. Make sense? Good so far?
And then and then when we do the PowerPoint, I don't know if I'm getting too far, but do we do both of the sports on the same PowerPoint, or are they two separate PowerPoints?
It's the same PowerPoint, in the same
Okay.
PowerPoint. So
Okay.
you guys can have, come out together. So of course you group need to meet out first, go through the Zoom or, or FaceTime, whatever. Meet up, talking about the contents you guys want to present, talking about, how you want to present, and then work on the slides. And then once you guys get every material ready, so the slide it's all well designed, all the information was put in there. You guys can have use the Zoom to video recording the whole your presentations. Okay, and all I want you guys to, at the end, your videos, okay, remember your videos, I want you guys to upload your videos to the YouTube. Okay, so I kind of put it here. Okay, submit your upload your videos to YouTube. Okay, and here's the things, you don't have to make the videos public. Okay, but only make the videos available to whoever has the link. Okay, okay, so video recording the Zoom meeting and upload the videos to the YouTube, so you will get a link, right? So make it the settings to whoever has a link, has a link there will have access to the videos. That's good.
And we're just videoing ourselves do the presentation as a group.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you have two things to upload. One is your PowerPoint slides. Second, it's your YouTube videos, which is a YouTube link. Okay, and the PowerPoint slides and the link need to submit it to the Week 10 Adaptive Sport Presentation Discussion Forums. So let me take you there. Okay, it's right here. Week 10, I already opened. We are here, Week 9, but I already opened the access to you guys. It's right here. Okay, Adaptive Sport Presentations. Okay, just upload your PowerPoint slides and your YouTube video link there. Okay, so members, this week your group needs to make your PowerPoint slides and also presentation videos. In the meantime, under your submissions, leave your reflection there under your post. Okay, so each group will have your PowerPoint slide and also YouTube videos. and then your group will leave your reflection under your threads. So I would know who who is in a group, who presented, and in your reflections, I want you guys to reflect yourself. Okay, so when you do the research of that disability sports, what you learn from there, and this week, it's important. This week, you don't need to respond to any of other people's posts. You just work on your PowerPoint slides, your videos, and leave your reflections underneath your threads. And you don't need to respond to any of the your classmates' post.
And does everyone do their own reflection?
Sorry again?
Does each individual person do their own reflection, or is it one as a group?
No, one person, each person, that will be individual one. So
Okay.
Jeff, you will have your reflection.
Perfect.
Nick, you will have your own reflection. Same for the Jordans. Questions? Am I confusing you or clear enough? Oh, good. Okay. Let me take you back. Okay. As you know, these topics, we have 2 weeks to work on these topics. So next week, I want you guys to read over other groups' work. So you need to watch their videos and read over their PowerPoint slides. Okay? So you have to finish all the readings done by I believe October 30. I think it's Thursday. Let me see. Yes, it's Thursday. Okay? And so leave your comments and leave your feedbacks on other groups on their threads. And your group need to take a whole responsibility to respond or answer all the comments and feedbacks you got by the end of next Sunday. Does that make sense? Okay, this week, just leave your own reflections. You don't have the response to any of the posts. Okay, any of the posts from other groups. Just leave your comments under your own threads, your group's threads. And next Thursday, by the next Thursday, you have to read over other groups' work and leave your comments, questions, and question and comments. And by the end of the Sunday, next Sunday, you have to respond to all the questions, comments, feedbacks you got from other classmates. All good?
Yeah, and then sorry for all the questions. On the video, is there like a time length you want it, or like a slide length
What
for
do you
the
mean?
video? Like how
You mean-
long do you want the video to be when we make it?
I don't have the preference as long as
Okay.
you cover all the topics here, like the background
the
or
target population.
and all that. And
Perfect.
you're welcome, to show the photos, describe how the differences between each sports and the classification and all that. You're welcome to do so. I don't have the preference. You can make it. Let's say don't go over like 25 minutes. Don't go over 25 minutes. I think 25 minutes should be long enough for you to present all the information here. Okay, so since we have 4 groups, so next week you all within an hour, you should be able to watch the other 3 groups' work and their videos. Sounds good? No problems? All good? Okay. So remember, I have the little things here. Please pay attention to here. I still see people making the mistake for submission formats. So please watch the videos. And there's a slide for the group presentations. I had at the end of the slides. I want to see you guys to have these tables, because I want to make sure each members contribute equally to the group project. So let's say, let me know, James, what percentage of the contribution you have, and what work you done for that group presentations. So I want to see each member's contribution here. So only the person who contribute to the group project should get get the credits. Okay, so making sure at the end of the slides you have this tables. Okay, and the little thing here, making sure you follow all the instruction here. Upload to the YouTube. You can edit your videos, and make sure your video is accessible to the whoever has the link. Making sure you check that and all that kind of stuff here. Okay, Harry, you're coming late. Harry, I remember you are the team leaders, right? Can you hear me, Harry? Henry, you there? Okay, never mind. Okay, any questions for the adaptive sport presentations? Any questions? All good? Okay, so let's talk about another things though. Let's talk about another things. Oh, let me take you to the syllabus. Okay, so right here. Okay, so like I said, starting from November 3rd, each groups will have your own presentation and the mini teaching video, demonstration videos. So let's do this first. Let me take you there. Oh, by the way. Okay, so I kind of forgot to talk about this. Okay, here is the evaluation forms. I would use this form to evaluate each group's presentations. Okay, I have all these criteria here. So it's on the canvas already. So you are welcome to look over how I evaluate your presentations and making sure I have introduction, preparation, organization, creativities, and all this information here. So that's how I evaluate your group presentations. So you're welcome to read over this one and use the guideline, the key point from these evaluation forms to prepare your presentation and your slides. Okay. Here we go. Let me go to the right here. The reason why I want to talk about this is because the first group. Okay, let me take you there. Let me take you to syllabus. Okay, so the first groups, it's will present your work on November 3rd. The second group is on November 10. Third group is on November 17, and fourth group will present on the December 1st. So the reason why I want to talk about the what's coming 2 weeks later is because group 1, you only have 2 weeks to prepare yourself for the presentations. So so I want to make sure I want to talk about this earlier. So whoever sign up for the first one, you will get enough time to prepare your mini presentation, your presentation videos and all that stuff. Okay, so let me take you there. Okay, so we have 4 topics. We have autisms, okay? We have intellectual disabilities. We have cerebral palsy and traumatic brain injuries. We have the specific learning disabilities. So I will quote here is ADHD, okay? And the emotional disorders. And let me put it here, huh? Okay, so the first, I will let you guys choose, since James, Katie, it's great you guys here, because you guys got opportunity, to choose whatever topics you want to present. And I kind of want to either James or Katie, since both of your groups got a very or in-service teacher, you guys are really experienced and I kind of want either one of your groups to take the first one, so as a role model. So other groups would have the chance to, to watch your video, how you present your work, how you demonstrate your mini teachings, so they can, use your work as examples to prepare their presentations. So, I'm not so sure, which, I would let James, Nick, Jordan, Caddy, Dominic, I will let two of you or groups to talk about, is any of you want to volunteer to take the first presentations? And the good side with being the first group, it's once you finish your November 3rd, that presentations, you don't have any presentation anymore. So you have more time to work on the final project and also the final exams. So it's always got a pro and cons. So
Is
any
I don't
thoughts?
mind. I don't mind doing it. Is it a group thing as well?
Yeah, it's a group presentations.
Kind of like a PowerPoint similar to the last one?
Yeah, it's similar to last one, but you guys would have, I would talk about it. I would talk about it. So later on, so you guys would have also need to come out a mini teaching demonstration videos. And I would talk about what's the expectation from that parts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
Jordan, Nick, you guys okay with that? Okay, thank you. Really appreciate that. And Katie, since Jordan they already take the first one, so you have the freedom to take the other either one of the other three topics. Dominic, any thoughts?
I don't really have any like what's it called preference on it. Probably intellectual disability. We'll probably do just we'll be the second group.
Okay, Katie, you good? Okay.
Yeah, same thought.
Okay, so James, thank you. I will let you take the autism one, and Katie, I will let you take intellectual disabilities. So Henry, since you are here, um, you are the group leaders. So which one you want to take for your groups? Is cerebral palsy or and traumatic brain injury or ADHD and emotional disorders? Which one you want to take, Henry? While waiting for the Henry, that's yeah, I can type it in
I
the chat.
texted him. He's trying to join right now. I think there's something wrong with his audio.
Okay. So let's talk about this. Okay, again, it's group presentations. So you need to meet your group and design the outline of your presentations. Okay, so your group need to think about how you want to present and set expectations. I want you guys to present your work to the whole class. So every students in the class, they will be able to, to know, okay, what is, let's say, what is autism? What's the definition of it? Okay, if you, and it's a different type of the autisms. Okay, the feature of autism, something like that. Okay, so first thing first, you need to introduce in your slides, you need to introduce the background of the assigned disability. So James, your group need to introduce the autism. Caddy, you need to introduce what is intellectual disabilities and talk about is any different type of disability, any type of autism, any severity of a disability, and any characteristics of it. Okay, talk about it. And also introduce the physical and the moral characteristics of the assigned disabilities. So you got talking about, for autisms, most of them probably have some kind of developmental delays because of what? Okay, so or like people with intellectual disabilities, for example, usually they have developmental delay because of what? So each disability, they all have their own physical and moral characteristics. Since we are talking about physical disability, we are talking about physical education, right? So that's something we care about, because if you want to work with the people with disability, work with the people with autism, you got to get to know what's the medical condition of that. And so you can design your own curriculums based on their needs and based on their strengths or based on their weakness, right? Okay, then in your slides, you also need to introduce the teaching strategies. Okay, so if you want to teach people with autisms, they do have some kind of physical motor characteristics. People with autisms, they have the social issues. They are not good at socializing with other peoples. So what teaching strategy you will adapt to teach people with autisms? Okay, and also talking about if you want to teach with the people with autism, people with intellectual disability, people with cerebral palsies, what modification you would have, what equipments modifications, what rules modifications, what teaching modification you can come up with when you teach the people with autism, people with intellectual disability, people with CP, people with ADHD, and etc. Does that make sense to you guys so far? Oh, good? Okay. And the next one, you got to make the summary in teaching of the assigned disabilities. So talking about someday you want to work with the people with disabilities, what strategy you summarize it. For example, for people with the ASD, you might want to incorporate some of the behavior management technique to control or come up with routines, right? So summarize what, someday if you have the chance to teach the people with ASD, people with ID, and what strategy you will use, what modification you will use, and say something particularly you want to pay attention. So you are teaching the whole class. So you have the right to come to teach the whole class. If one day you want to teach the kids like that, what specific strategy, technique you need to pay attention, and any safety issues, any behavior issues, and all that. Any questions so far for your PowerPoint presentations? All good? Okay, okay. So next things, I want you guys to have a mini teaching demonstration videos. So choose a topic, okay? So for example, if you want to teach basketballs, okay? So for example, dribblings, basketball dribblings, okay? Choose the topics. And I want you to write me a 25 minutes lesson plan, okay? And that lesson plan has to be submitted to me through the email 3 days before your presentation days. So James, your group is will present on November 3rd, right? So that means next week, Fridays, I need to see your lesson plan. Okay, I want to see this 25 minutes mini teachings, what contents you will have in your designs. And I want you guys to come up with an online teaching lesson plan. Okay, so in the online teaching lesson plan, how you interact with, so just treat the whole class, whole classrooms, whole class as your students. Okay, so throughout this, let's say do the Zoom online mini teachings, I want you to teach, for example, how to do the warm-up, right? How to do the exercise. Okay, so I want you to have some kind of interactive, that kind of mini teaching demonstration videos. Okay, it's gonna be fun. Okay, it's gonna be fun. Since it's online teachings, so whoever, like when we watch your videos, we will just follow your instructions, do the warm-up, do the activities, play the game, something like that. Okay, it can be fitness, it can be a sports, it can be anything. You can play the game, it can be anything.
And then when we're doing that, do you like would one person kind of do most of it, or would you have, like, for example, could I do the warm up and Jordan does the activity and someone else does the
It's a group work. It's a group
Okay.
work. So your group need to figuring out who take which parts, and it's gonna be fun, right? So Jordan, let's say you would take the warm up, and Jordan will take the first skill practice, and Nick, you will take the second part of practice, or at the end, you guys, whoever would take it, for example, like the mini games, something like that. Okay, so it's gonna be fun. So you are in front of your cameras and you are teaching us how to do the exercise for the topic your group choose.
Okay, and then
Sounds-
we could like, and then we could each kind of video ourselves and then just combine them together like on iMovie or something.
I would
Or
say
or
I would prefer you guys, like I said, I put it here, make a 25 interactive lessons. So if you think you make it your own, combine it together, will make it a great work, make it a great effect. I'm done with it. But I would kind of prefer you guys, like come into the Zoom, right?
okay,
So each of you take each part, and the other would help the whole class to teach help to film your mini teaching videos. I think
sounds good.
that would be more ideal.
Okay,
Okay. So like I said, put it here, make it a 25 minutes interactive lessons and teaching demonstration video to the class. And I do provide a resources here. And I put it here. Let me show you. So let's see. Where is it? Okay. Okay, this one. So go to the Long Beach State APE. Okay, go to the Long Beach State APE. They got a pretty nice resources there. So you can check their reels. They do have provide different kind of resources, teaching ideas, something like that. So but it's not limited to the Long Beach APE. You're welcome to do the Google search and more that and see how other people teach the online class to the people with disabilities. Use these resources to help you to come up with your teaching ideas. Okay, and I do have a so if you go to section weeknight sections, there is a lesson plan template here. So if you log in, it will look like this. Okay, so here is the lesson plan. That's the lesson plan. I want each group to submit your lesson plan to me 3 days before your teaching your presentation days. So use this lesson plan to come out your to write out the lesson plan for your mini teachings. So I highlight yellow here is the informations your group need to fill in. Okay, the topics. Okay, the focus of the lessons, the dates. So for GEMS, your group is November 3rd, right? So that will be here. Okay, and for the student performance objective, since it's only 25 minutes, I would prefer you guys to just focus on either psychomotor objective or cognitive objective. I just need one. Psychomotor objective or cognitive objective. Okay, so just come up with one objective for your mini teachings video. So far, any questions? Oh, good. Okay. And also, tell us what kind of material you need. If you need some kind of equipment to help you to complete your mini teaching videos, please contact the Kylie from our department office. Okay, so let's say you need some certain equipment for to film your teaching videos. Contact Kylie 2 days before you picking up those equipments. Okay, so just contact Kylie and let Kylie know let's say you need 2 basketballs, 1 hula hoops, something like that, and Kylie will get the equipment ready for you. And you guys need to find someone to come and pick it up, those stuff, and eventually you guys need to return those equipment to the office. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so let's go back to the lesson plan and tell me and say the introductions. Okay, so what are the actual words you will use to introduce your lessons? Okay, also tell me the time. Since you have 25 minutes for your mini teachings, so your group need to come up with the great ideas. How much time you want to spend on the talking, how much time you want to spend on doing the actual exercise. Okay, and you're welcome to take out an activity. It can be you can have 5 activity, you can have 4, you can have 3, you can have 6 activities. Really depends on how you design your 25 minutes mini teachings. But I would encourage you guys, starting from activity 1, you gotta active soon as possible. Okay, let's say student coming in, you can play the music on the background. So you have, let's say, James, you were doing some kind of activity there. So let's say whoever coming in, join us, do the stretch or do, jumping jacks, do the squats, keep the people busy. The reason why we want to keep the student busy is because someday you guys will become PE or APE teacher, or you will become the PTOT, and you don't want to waste your time just having your patient or having your students just standing there and listen to you, right? You want to keep your student busy. You don't want to take away their activity times from just listen to you. So usually from activity 1, you want to keep the student busy, keep the student running, will do whatever exercise. So they will just, and while doing those exercises, they are doing some kind of warm-up activity, right? So just go ahead, figuring out what you need to do for those activities. Again, you have the freedom to take out, thinking about 25 minutes, how many activity you want to design. You have activity 1 for the warm-up, for introductions. You have activity 2, maybe do the skill practice. You have activity 3, do the more advanced skill practice, right? You have activity 4, you can do the some kind of mini games, right? And activity 5, cool down. Or you can have activity 5, do the assessments, right? So feel free to use this lesson plan to plan out what you need to do in that 25 minutes. So far, any questions? All good?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess I just have one question since
Yes,
we're
go
going
ahead.
first. Like when we do like the like activities, like other than like a warm up, like if we go outside, like having like the camera on the computer, you probably wouldn't have a whole lot of space, correct?
Yes.
So like
Yes.
keeping it kind of compact, like something like hitting a ball or dribbling a basketball or something like where you don't have to move a whole lot, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. So, be creative. I don't mind you have some kind of home exercise online programs, online lessons. And if your group want to come up with an outdoor, program, that's fine too. Okay. Just thinking about it, what you want to do, and you're welcome to reach out to me. We can talk about it. I would love to share my idea to see if that work out or not. Since James, your group is the first group, I bet you may have some kind of questions, and I will be around. So if your group want to set up a meeting with me, and I will be around for you. Okay. Okay. So and then closures. So all the highlight part is the one you guys want. That's the space you guys want to fill in. Okay. I want to see how you design your lesson plans. And members, each lesson is supposed to have a assessment. So incorporate some kind of assessment parts in your 25 minutes teaching lessons. Okay. It can be simple, just simply ask questions. Okay. Or you can have some kind of, photo cards, ask the students. Remember, it's an interactive videos, teaching videos. So whoever watching your videos, I'm gonna follow your own instructions. Okay. And the last one, not last one, an organization for each activities. Okay, so for this ones, I do have, here we go, it's right here. Lesson plan reference. here is the articles, and you guys have to read these articles. It would help you to write your lesson plans. Okay, it will show you what's the proper way to design your programs. It provides some kind of examples. It also, how you write your objective, how you come out your assessment plan, how you come out your contents, and all that. Use this as example to write out your own lesson plans. At the end, they have assessments, right? They have the assessment tables or checklists, and they have here. That's the one I want to show you. Positions. And usually you should have this one for the in-person teachings. But if you have online teachings, you have some kind of positions you want the students, whoever watch your videos, you want the students to stand on which positions, helping the student to learn the skills, you're welcome to use this one. To map, the position of the teacher, the position of the students, the position of the paraeducators. So use this one to help whoever read over your lesson plan, they will understand what you're talking about. Okay, so have more graphic or figures to help the people who watch your video understand your lesson plan design. And the last one I want to talk about is the modifications. Okay, so tell me in your lesson plans, since James, your group chose the ASD. So tell us what kind of modifications you will have for teaching the student with ASD. Same for Katie, what modification you will have for intellectual disabilities. Okay, same for the Henry and the Philip. Your group would choose one disability type. So you gotta tell me what modification you will have. So I will encourage you guys at the end of your videos, talking about what modifications you will encourage your classmates, this class, to come out to have when they teach the people with that assigned disability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then I guess one question I have, just so whenever we meet as a group, am I for the general part of the lesson, are we teaching it like we're teaching a general like PE class, and then at the end we'll talk about the modifications, or are we targeting the whole video towards someone with autism?
That's the really good questions. So
Thank you.
I definitely want you to treat us as the student with the autisms. And same for the Katie, same for the Henry, same for the Philip. So since your group present different disability type, so I want you to treat us like we are this. For example, we are the student with autism. We are the student with the intellectual disability. We are the student with the cerebral palsy. So I want you to design a lesson plans for that disability type. And eventually, I want you guys to share your lesson plan to the class. I will open a discussion forum for you to share your lesson plan. So each students would fetch that lesson plans, check if someday they have the chance to teach student with the ASD, student with CP, student with ID, what kind of modification they can come up with. Okay? Any questions so far? Oh, good. I bet you will encounter a lot of difficulties. That's part of learning. So it's okay. Okay. Trust me, it's okay. So the reason why it's a mini teaching, the reason why it's 20 minutes, because I want you guys to try out to come up with a lesson plan for the specific disability type. And it's definitely not easy. And it's okay to be wrong because that's part of the learnings. So, after, like I said, I said at the end, I want you guys to upload your lesson plan to the discussion forums, and you will see there is one reflection sessions. Once each group finish your mini teachings, after each groups provide their own feedback, their own comments, and I want each member of that group to write out your own reflections here. and then submit this whole lesson plan to the discussion forums. I hope that makes sense to you all. Am I confusing you, or any questions so far? All good? Okay. So let me see. Let's go back to the syllabus. Okay. So we are here today. I know I cover a lot because today this meeting is our last online meetings. So Henry, you are the team leader, and I will encourage you to talk to your group mates, and they have to watch the whole videos thoroughly, okay? Because I cover what you guys need to do for the following weeks, okay? And Henry, since you're coming late, so I will let you choose disabilities. So James, they picked the table tennis and wheelchair basketball, and Katie, your group pick bocce and swimming. Is that right? Okay. So Henry, you are team leader. Since you are the only person from your groups showed up, so you have the other two sports, and I want you to pick one.
We can do wheelchair rugby and badminton.
Okay. Okay. So your group will pick this one, and the details you need to go back and watch the course recordings, so you will know what to do. Okay. So you have, and starting from this week to the end of semester, your group will have 2 group presentations. Okay. So making sure you catch up with what you missed. So Philip, your group will take the track and field and go ball. Okay. And also reach out to your group, making sure each person watch the whole course recordings. And let me go back to the group presentation. Hold on. Okay, so Henry, James, they present the ASD. Katie's groups present the intellectual disabilities. So we got 2 more left. So which topics your group want to pick up?
I'd say number 4.
Number 4, okay. So your group presentation will be on December 1st. Okay, and 3 days of the December 1st, which is, I think is on the week of the Thanksgiving, that Friday, your group needs to email me your lesson plans. Okay, if you choose this one, okay? So Philip, your group will take cerebral palsy and a traumatic brain injury, and your group's presentation day will be on November 17th. Okay, and again, Henry, go back and watch the recordings, and you will know what to do for the group presentations. Okay. Okay, so I know I covered a lot today, but let's just do the quick recap before you guys go. Okay, so for the group presentations this week, you guys need to work on, each group need to work on your disability sports, okay, your adaptive sports, and the submission, so you need to make your PowerPoint slides and your videos, okay, and you need to submit your PowerPoint slides and YouTube videos on the week 10 discussion forum here. Adaptive sport presentations, okay? And under your group threads, each members need to share your reflection for your own topics, okay? For your own topic, okay? So let's say, James, your group is which topics? It's table tennis, right? So your group will come up with the threads for the table tennis and wheelchair basketball, and each members need to share your reflection under your own threads, and no need to respond to any classmates post. No needs for this week. And next week, let me take you there. Next week, by next week, Thursday, each student has to read over other groups' work and leave your comments and feedbacks there. And by the end of next Sunday, each group needs to respond to all the questions, all the comments, and all the feedbacks. Questions so far? Okay? Okay. And we will have GEMS, their presentations on November 3rd. Okay? And all you need to do, GEMS, what you need to do is to same format. You have to provide a presentation, PowerPoint slides, and the video of the presentation, which is the mini teachings. Okay? And each group needs to watch GEMS, their PowerPoint slides and their mini teaching videos, and also come back to the weekly participation, share your takeaway, and also respond to one of the classmates' takeaway.
Okay, and then we post it to like YouTube, kind of like we did for the other thing, and then send the link, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and then when, since we present on the 3rd, and I know we have to turn in the lesson plan the Friday before, when do we turn the video in by?
Videos, that's oh, okay. So that's by the end of the, let me see. That's a good question. Okay, let me see. Monday, supposedly on Monday, your group should be ready for your presentation, PowerPoint slides and presentation videos. So other groups will be able to read over that. So your
Okay,
group
so
will high schedules.
okay, so turn it in by Monday night.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So Jordan, Nick, and James, I know your group got really tight schedules. So if you need any help, let me know. Okay, let me know. Okay. And
Sounds good.
starting from Katie's, your group's video and PowerPoint submission will be on November 10th, that Monday. Okay. And Henry, your group will be on December 1st. And Philip, your group's presentation PowerPoint slides and the videos has to be submitted by November 17th. Sounds good? Okay, questions? I know we cover a lot, and I really appreciate that. Whoever can join our meeting today, and Henry, you need to, Henry and Philip, you need to start texting your group mates and starting setting a time, a day, meet together to work on the this week group project. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Since it's our last online meetings, I know it's quite long, and if we will stay, I will still be around every week. I will still post my course recordings on the Canvas, so you guys still need to watch, and I will still post my friendly reminders to your email box from time to time. So making sure you check your email box. Okay, that's it. That's all I want to say. And I was, good job, guys. I really enjoy working with you guys so far. And I know I'm kind of late on the gradings. I'm working on it. And but I work on all the gradings by the end of this week. And I know I'm kind of late, but I promise you, I will finish all the gradings by the end of this week. Okay, that's it. And reach out if you have any questions. If you don't, I will see you guys, not see you in person, but you will see me from my course recordings next week. Thank you, guys.
Hello.